Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be talking about my original characters, Monea, Max, Bella, Will, and Kit. They all live in a place called Lathina. It's a magical kingdom, magical world full of fairies, witches, wizards, good and bad, and they all have special abilities. Every single one of them. Some small abilities, some big abilities. It all depends on the character. And the main characters, Monea, Max, Bella, Will, and Kit, they like to defend Lathina from the evil witches, wizards, evil fairies even, really anything. They'll defend Lathina over anything. Monea is the princess of Lathina. Her mom is the queen of Lathina, and her aunt is also her mom's sister, and she is a witch, an evil one at that. So evil that she is not allowed to step foot in the Lathina castle. She will be swarmed on sight. And I mean, she can step. She would do it anyway because she thinks she can get away with it easily. I don't know. But she really does not like her family at all. She's really jealous of her sister. It's just jealousy with her. And she does have a child named Catherine. She is also an evil witch like her mom. She has a chance of being good, but she doesn't want to disappoint her mom or make her mad, so she just stays the way that she is. But anyway, Monea is also 12. She's half monkey. She can turn into a monkey. Her best friend is Max. She kind of crushes on him a little bit. Her power is storms, but she likes to use her lightning ability the most because she thinks it's more effective. And that's about it for Monea. And now for Max. I will have to say that Monea and Max were born on Earth. Like, they were born there. They were born in a small little town. They weren't born exactly at the same time-ish. They didn't really know each other when they were born. They met when they were around 11-ish or 10-ish, somewhere around there. But when they met, it was friendship on sight. It was like magic. They were so close, and they are still close, and they will always be close, and there's nothing that can tear them apart because they love each other too much. And then Max is also an orphan. He was orphaned at a very young age because scientists were experimenting on his parents, and his parents died that way. And then he was put in an orphanage. No one wanted him, sadly. He's a great kid, and people didn't want him because they didn't want to take care of someone like him. And the scientists, for some reason, didn't want to experiment on him, probably because they have at least somewhat of morals not to experiment on a child. Or maybe they learned the lesson from the first 2 times. I don't know. But Max then runs away at around 10 or 11. That's when he meets Monea in the forest. They hang out, have fun. Their friendship skyrockets to like a whole new level on the first day they met. He likes to really be there for her, well, for Monea, and protect her. And when they moved to Lathina, he was like, I need to protect her even more. And Monea's mom gave him the power of shields, where he can protect himself or someone around him or a friend that's near him. And he has to choose either or. That's the thing with his power. He can't transform to a fairy because he wasn't born with the power, so he can't do transformation. But every time he has a chance, he protects Monea with his power. Every time. because he loves her too much for her to get hurt, and she is always putting herself in danger every time. I don't know. She's just like that. That's just who Monea is. She will put herself in danger to protect everybody because she feels in her heart that she needs to do whatever she thinks of doing. Like, if she thinks she needs to do this by herself, she will do it by herself. But then Max will be, like, following her around, hiding behind trees or, like, hiding from her to make sure that she doesn't know that he's following her and stuff like that. But anyway, and then Bella, she's half butterfly and she's a fairy. She can also have a human form as well, but she prefers to have her wings or be a butterfly because she loves it. Her dad actually died in a war between Lathina and some evil witches and wizards. And then Bella was very young. She was like a baby when it happened. She barely remembers it, but she's very heartbroken when she found out about it because she asked her mom one day where he was, and her mom was like, "I should just tell you." And she visits his grave sometimes when she's upset or sad or needs someone to talk to. I would just listen. And then she also really likes sitting in a field of flowers and just relaxing, just sitting outside. And she likes to smell the flowers too. She loves flowers. And she is just that innocent friend like every friend group has. She likes hearing people. She likes hearing her friends talk and just tell her about their day, how they're feeling. She likes to just be a listener for her friends. And Will, he's my little confident little dude. He's half wolf. He's also a fairy. Surprisingly, the wolf pack has a rule where so they can't fall in love with fairies or have an offspring with one. But Will's dad broke that rule because he met the love of his life, just so happened to be a fairy, and Will came. And Will's power is wind, but he has this bark when he's in his wolf form. That's really the strongest part of him. When he does it and someone is near him, their ears will start ringing and they'll be blown away a good distance away. And he doesn't know about this rule until later, and because someone finds out that he's around, they find out about him through all that is happening with Hazel and Catherine and Seth, and him and his friends fighting these people in a group or something like that. And they just notice that he has a wolf tail and wolf ears. And then they like, who is this kid? Why does he look like a wolf or a person? And why can he have wings? And so they dig down and they find out that his dad is with a fairy. And then they confront, a bunch of the wolf pack will confront Will's dad, and Will comes up at this point to his family when the wolf pack is there, and Will gets so upset and he shows them that he is different, that he is good, and that they should get rid of the rule basically because it's dumb and a terrible rule, and he just doesn't understand why they have that rule in place. And the reason is that they have a prophecy that something bad will happen, and it won't be good for the pack, and so they're worried about it. And Will's like, there's nothing to be afraid of. I'm fine. I'm with Monea, Max, Bella, and Kit. And he's in that group. There's the Wolfpack's still worried about it, but they're now. And then Kit, her birth name is Kayla, but she likes being called Kit or Kitten. Either one is fine, but she recently prefers Kit over Kitten a little bit. That's about what her names are. But she's half cat. Her parents aren't half cat though. She was cursed to be that way before she was born. By a knight. It's actually a nice wizard that cursed her to be like that because her parents are evil witches and an evil wizard. And the good wizard, wanted to teach her parents a lesson. So he cursed their next child, because they already had a kid already, and they cursed their next child to be half cat. So they were like, we're gonna have the kid leave at a tree. Someone will find her. And someone does find her. She gets put in Lathina's orphanage. She doesn't get adopted, though. She's basically on her own for most of her childhood, because she runs away like Max did, but she's older than Max. She's like 15 or 14. Not that much older than Will. Will's 13. And Bella is 12. And Max is 12, by the way. And Kit, she has cat abilities. She can't necessarily transform into a fairy or anything, but she can learn spells easily because of her parents being witches and stuff. But she chooses not to use witchy spells because she doesn't want to be like her parents, and she thinks it might turn her into them. So she just uses like a few good ones to help her friends out and stuff. But she has cat-like abilities, like cat vision. She's very flexible. She can land on her feet when she jumps from a high surface, like a building or fence or a tree or something. Yeah, that's about her. And let's get on to some of the villains. I had already talked about Hazel and Catherine. They're a mother-daughter duo. I thought it would be cool to have a mother-daughter villain duo in the story, so that's why they are there. And I also have a villain named Seth. He is half snake, and he is not a good guy. But the reason he is the way he is now is because he was so mad at his dad before killing his mom, because he was really attached to his mom, like really attached to her. Like, he loved her more than anything, and he killed his father for it. And he realized that day that he loved the feeling of being evil, killing, and stuff like that. So he uses snakes as an army, because he can manipulate them to do what he wants him to do. And he can chokehold somebody like this. He's very strong. He can squeeze you really hard. He can turn into a snake if he wants. And the thing is, one of his eyes sees, it's like a snake does, but one of them sees normally. And he's got scaly parts around one eye and on his body, like his arms and legs. And that's basically about him. But he he's kind of like Loki a little bit. If I'm gonna try to compare him to somebody, Loki likes to talk and just play around sometimes, and it's kind of like Seth a little bit. He likes to play around with his victims, talk to them about random things, what he is gonna be doing. I don't know why he tells people that what he's gonna do, but sometimes it's all a lie or half the truth of what he tells people of what he's gonna do anyway. So like Monea, he loves joking around Monea because he likes her reactions. He likes getting a reaction out of her because she will give him all her attention, and she'll only focus on him, and he loves that focus. He loves getting her attention and joking around with her specifically, and that's basically Seth's character. And so I'll go on with Charla. She's half villain, half good. She's not technically a villain character. She's like a redemption character. The only reason like she's a villain in the first part of the story because she is found on the beach by Hazel and Catherine. Because her parents are full. They're shark. They're half shark themselves, like she is, and so it wasn't safe for her in the ocean. So they stuck her on the beach so someone can find her and give her a nice home until they can come back for her, because they will come back when it's safe. And they just wanted to protect her, but they didn't realize that she got in the wrong hands. And so when they came back, they had to tell her face to face that they didn't want her to be like this, that they wanted to protect her, and the only way they could was sticking her on a beach to protect her from the ocean. That's basically what happened with her. She was on the evil side for a long time, knew everything that was going to be happening. She knew something deep down was wrong, and she didn't like doing it, but she didn't want to be abandoned again. She didn't want to feel abandoned any more than she already did. So she stayed. Because it was a family, kind of. But that's all about those characters. The rest of my characters are freshly new. Some of them are based off my best friends and family, and I'll probably have a separate video for them, but that's about it for this video. I don't want to be too long, but I wanted to give you as much information as possible to explain the characters in detail. So I'll see you guys next time in another video, and I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post another video, which I will soon, I promise. Bye.